Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Shannon.
I'm Alyssa.
Welcome back to another episode of B Movie. Oh, we're at
Sorry.
We're keeping that intro. Welcome back to another episode of B Movie Bash.
B Movie Bash. I totally forgot we were doing that.
It's okay. We took a week off and look what happens.
Yes.
We fall apart.
I fall apart without you all the time.
Oh,
so
sweet.
You keep me grounded. In that I want to be Thor.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Well, happy Memorial Day, folks.
Yeah.
That's when we are recording this. So, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to the podcast, everybody.
So, I guess I'm just a little too giggly today. We're working on not a lot of hours of sleep, and we're gonna do this.
I've got my caffeine. First caffeine of the day, and it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Well, you've been hanging out with the hubby and the cutie,
That's
so
true. That's
yeah.
true.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about 2019's
Oh boy.
ScareBNB,
I hate it. Oh no.
also known as Creep Nation on IMDb.
Why?
I think IMDb makes way more sense, or the Creep Nation makes way more sense with what's going on with this. I appreciate that they were like, oh, this is ScareBNB. Oh shit, I left the DVD out there. Hang on, I have to go grab the DVD case. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this cover.
Okay, so this is a dollar store movie.
This is a dollar store movie. Okay.
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 So we
see
got
the cowboy hat?
Creepy... Oh.
See the axe?
I do.
You do see those things?
Yeah.
They're not in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know what this cover
Don't know
is.
who the fuck
I don't
that
know
is.
who that is. I don't know who she is. I don't know none of this.
That's just like someone on Fiverr made a movie poster and they were like, that's the one.
Yep. But that is her. This is the girl that's in the movie on the back.
But
that's
not
her.
on the front.
Not on the front. I don't know
Well,
who
it's
this brunette is.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what that is, right? So the synopsis
Yes.
on the DVD
Yeah.
is when a young girl books a room online, things soon turn sinister. Her brother investigates after she goes missing and finds that hidden cameras were nestled all over her rental property. He discovered a dark web network that was streaming her every move to the internet. When his sister is found murdered, he knows he must avenge her death. There you go. That's the movie.
Yay.
Like, that's the whole fucking movie. And I was like...
What a great episode. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
I was like, okay. I mean, like, I knew she was gonna die, because, like, it just, she was and stuff, but this is the IMDb, this is the Creep Nation synopsis, okay? A young woman is targeted by a network of online creeps and secretly films while she's staying at a short-term rental. Her every move is captured online, and when her brother begins to uncover what's happening, he must find a way to rescue her from the eyes of her predators. That is so much more of a, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in the movie.
Versus like, let me tell you exactly what's
the
going on.
entire movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. But I didn't read the synopsis because, again, I try not to when I'm, like, looking at them and stuff. You know, I just see spooky movies. I saw ScareBNB and that's all I needed.
Yes.
Like, I was like...
I understand.
And working at a hotel, I was like, yeah, this is great. This is going to be great. No. Okay. So... No. I just want to apologize to everyone beginning of this. I'm sorry if you are as bored as I was watching this whole fucking movie
Oh, no.
twice. So
sorry.
It's okay. And I'm gonna have to watch it again for the pictures. So
Do you have the ratings and stuff? All that fun
yes,
disease?
it is rated 4.3 out of 10.
Okay.
And I don't know how.
Okay.
I have no idea how. No clue. I tried to go in and read some of the other reviews, but it wasn't letting me click on any of it. It was just like, here's the scores, and like, here's how many adults and teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, let me look at the ratings, and they wouldn't let me rate it. Like, they wouldn't let me read
There's like
them.
the ratings, and then there's user reviews.
Yeah, I could not get to the user
Weird.
reviews. So I don't know if it's just there wasn't enough. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Anyway. So the opening titles, or the opening credits, are just a bunch of flashes of news articles talking about hidden cameras, Russian collusions, a video of Trump talking about teeny tiny little cameras. My phone autocorrected to Trent instead of teeny tiny.
Thanks, Trent.
Trent's
Thanks for that
tiny
video
cameras,
clip.
blah, 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 right? That's just the whole, like, it's a good, long, just talking about the actors and just who's who and stuff, whatever, right?
Okay.
I was just like, okay, we'll get into this, right? I was like, Russian collusion, okay, what's happening here? But
Foreshadow.
so we open to a very red-headed woman sitting in a taxi, and she's just they're driving along, right?
Okay.
She pulls out her phone to text her brother and let him know that she's in town and that she wants to meet up for a drink. He seems a little hesitant at first. He's like, where? When? Like, why are you here? And she's like, I'm just in town. I'm visiting. Let's hang out and stuff. And he was like, fine, I get off in 30 minutes. And she's like, okay. So she gets to the restaurant that he works at. He's a chef there. Which it took me a little while to like figure out. The second time I watched it, I was like, oh, she's going to culinary school. And he's a chef at a like a cruddy restaurant. What? Like, it was just kind of a weird that they're both going into food, but but that's clearly not what he wants to do. You'll find out in just a minute, but like that's not what he wants to do. Anyway, so like she gets to the restaurant before like he's not off work yet. So she's sitting there, she orders a beer, and she sees a flyer on the counter talking about a play. I think it was called The White Devil or something. And it's a play her brother wrote and is starring in. So it's just one of those, like, he's, like, the only actor in the play and just, you know, like the...
One-man show.
One-man show, yeah.
Okay.
And so she was like, oh, my gosh, this is exciting. So she grabs the flyer and is like, yeah, I'm going to go to this because he's my brother and stuff, right? And he comes out and she orders another drink. Like, there's not a scene of this girl that's not, like, holding a drink in her hand, I swear.
Alcoholic.
Like, yeah, so that's what I thought was going to be a big part of it, was because they kept showing her drinking and drinking and drinking.
Like, why is this prevalent?
Yeah, and, like, it's not. Yeah, but he seems really disinterested in her. He's basically just like, why are you here? What are you doing here? Kind of a thing. And she was like, I just wanted to get back home. You know, Italy hasn't been that fun with school and stuff. And I wanted to come
poor
home.
Baby.
Right? Going to culinary school in
2019. You just wait, bitch.
Right?
You just wait.
So he was like, well, I just cut to shit. Why are you actually here? And she goes, okay, well, I was actually seeing one of my teachers. And he was like, uh-huh. And she was like, yeah, but I didn't know he was married. And so when I found out he was married, I broke it off with him. And then he started stalking me. And he hasn't been, like, he won't leave me alone. So I came back home for a while. Oh. And he was like, okay. Like, but he's all mad at her because she was the one dating her teacher. And I'm like, you shouldn't be dating your teacher. And so you shouldn't be dating your students, but you should not be dating your teacher. Yeah. And so she
Pretty Little Liars taught us anything.
Exactly. I mean. Exactly. Yeah, so she was wanting to stay with him. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you can't stay with me. I don't have any room for you. Like, I guess he has roommates that we never see.
Okay.
I don't know. We see his house, like, twice. And the first time we see it, he's in his room. The second time we see it, he's in his kitchen. Like, there's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else, yeah. Anyway, so she gets frustrated a little bit, but she pulls out her phone and she rents an apartment on, like, Airbnb for a few nights, right? Mm-hmm. Which, it's not Airbnb, but it's Airbnb. So. Yeah. So he's like, okay, well, whatever. Have a good night. Like, I'll see you later, you know? So she heads off to the apartment in her taxi, and I guess she had been posting pictures of her at the restaurant, just on her Instagram and stuff, you know, like vapid 25-year-old girls do, yeah, and stuff, and like she just seemed so punchable, like just everything about her, like I just wanted to punch her. So she kind of drove me crazy. Also, she did not look like she was 25. I was like, dude, I'm like almost 31. How do you, like, look like you're 31? But, like...
She looks older.
She looks older, yeah. Mm. She looks mature, I should say. She doesn't look like she's old. She just looks mature, and, like, she looks way older than 25. But I could see her being a 25 the way she acts, but, like, that's... Anyway. So, she gets to the apartment, and when she gets in, she sees that there's a couple of wine glasses and a bottle of wine with a note that says, thanks for staying with us, welcome. Sophia. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm like...
Sophia?
Sophia, yeah.
That just tells me everything I need to know.
And her brother's name is Aaron. So, yes. So she cracks that wine bottle open and starts drinking right away, you know. She FaceTimes a friend in Italy who's like, oh, I'm so glad you got home and you need a break. And I'd love to talk, but I have to go to school now. Goodbye. And so they don't talk for very long. Okay. And Sophia then starts like getting ready for dinner, or not for dinner. She starts kind of getting ready for bed. She makes a snack. She's drinking more wine. She's texting the homeowner for the Wi-Fi password, and he just responds back really quick. Here's the Wi-Fi. Have a good night, kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. She takes a few more pictures for Instagram, and then she gets ready for bed.
Okay.
Yeah, she like takes a picture. She's like, "Look at me in my little rental."
So cute. Yeah. I mean, I love an Airbnb. Uh-huh. Don't get me wrong, but no wonder you're stalkable,
right? Exactly. Yeah. So, exactly. So late into the night, she's awoken by the sounds of someone getting into the apartment, and so she kind of is like, "What the fuck is going on?" Right? So she gets up. Oh, she's wearing a sweater and panties. That's it. She's not wearing pants. She's not wearing like a t-shirt. It's a sweater and panties.
Like a hoodie?
No.
Like a knitted sweater. Okay.
And panties.
That's weird.
And I'm like, listen, I cannot sleep in pants sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't sleep with a hoodie and then no like that doesn't
no.
like
That's a little weird.
That's a little weird, right?
Like, are you hot or are you cold?
Exactly.
You can't be doing both. Pick one.
So she's just, I don't know. So she goes into the kitchen and she sees a man in the living room and she starts screaming and she grabs a frying pan because it's the first thing she can find, right? Mm-hmm. And he's all like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. And she's like, why are you here? And he says that his name is Glenn. He's the homeowner. And she's like, why are you here? And he goes, you picked shared space. And she's like, what? What does that mean, right? And he's like, check the app. You picked shared space. That just means that, like, I'm here sometimes. Like, I just, because he still kind of lives at the apartment and stuff. And she was like, I don't know what that means. Why are you here? What are you doing? Because it's really late and stuff. And he was like, I just was trying to make a call. Like, there's a fire escape outside. I was just trying to stand on the fire escape and, like, make a phone call. And I was like, then stand outside. Why are you making a phone call?
Also, why wouldn't you, like, double check with them? Even after booking, be like, hey, just so we're clear, like, I will be in and out.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing I do when I book an Airbnb is check entire place.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any fucking buddy.
Exactly.
Like, just taking
sharing
a bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, so I don't think he was actually, like, staying there. I think he was just going in for the night. Anyway, but, like, so she freaked out. He apologizes, tells her he'll give her a full refund, and he'll talk to her again in the morning. And she's like, okay, just leave. And he's like, okay, I'm going. I'm not trying to scare you. I just, like, you picked the option and stuff. And so, anyway. So he leaves, and she makes sure that all the blinds are shut and all the windows are closed and everything, and then grabs a kitchen knife, goes back to bed.
Nice.
So the next morning, she goes out into the town, and she's eating pizza for breakfast because she sleeps in a sweater.
She's an adult.
Right?
She's from Italy.
Exactly.
Well, not from Italy, but...
Right? And she's taking pictures of her next to a mural or something and post it on Instagram and everything, yeah. And she runs literally, like, into Glenn. He's jogging past her. Okay. And he recognizes her. And he was like, hi, hey, it's me, Glenn.
Sorry.
And she was like, oh, hi. And he was like, I'm really sorry again about last night. Honestly, I was out with some friends. I was drinking a little bit. And I didn't think that it would bother you. I don't know. Like, he just was like, I wasn't completely thinking. And she's like, you're okay. He's like, well, it's nice to see you again with pants on. And she was like, oh, thanks. You know, it's kind of chuckles back. She's like, I'm going to stay. I decided I didn't want to leave. And he's like, okay, I won't come in and bother you anymore. Like, just, you know. But then he was like, hey, I really want to make it up to you. Can I buy you a drink? It's like 10 in the morning. Like, if that. Like, it's still pretty,
I mean, people have mimosas at brunch,
but
so...
they don't get a mimosa. So she was like, you want to buy me a drink? And he was like, yeah, let me buy you a drink and stuff. And she was like, okay.
I like drinks.
Yeah, I like drinks. And I was like, of course you like drinks. Like, every other person in the world would have been like, I'm super busy. Sorry. I mean, you saw me in my panties. Like, I gotta go.
I don't need tequila at 10 a.m., but thank you.
But, you know, Sophia being an alcoholic.
Is he cute, though?
Not my type.
Okay.
So.
Is he supposed to be cute?
I think.
Is he old?
He's okay. Here's the thing. He seemed like he was maybe in his late 30s.
Okay.
Kind of a thing. Like, he didn't have a ton of wrinkles or anything, but, like, he seemed like he was older.
Yeah.
Like, a lot older than her, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we're talking about her being a 25-year-old, and he's the one who owns multiple properties around the city and stuff, like, I don't know. So they go out. They go to her brother's restaurant. Because he's not working, and it's just, like, the one place she knows how to get to and stuff. And so they're drinking beer and stuff, and then she orders a glass of wine, and it just...
This woman.
Yeah.
She's just going to dig an early grave.
I know,
with
right?
This alcohol.
Anyway, so they're chatting for a while about how he wants to take her out to dinner and stuff, and she was like, oh, do you take all of your, like, tenants on a date and stuff? And he's like, only the redheads, and blah, 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 like, just... And they're joking for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, well, I really want to take you out to dinner, but not here because you ate here last night. And she was like,
oh, no.
Excuse me? And he was like, oh, I looked you up on Instagram. And she was like, you look everybody up on Instagram? He's like, yeah, I look up everyone that rents my properties and stuff. And I was like,
a little fair.
I can feel that. Yeah. Because, like, if you don't want creeps.
It's kind of like a background check.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And he was like, and I just happened to see that you, like.
You tagged in here.
Yeah,
you let everybody know.
Exactly. Yeah. And she was like, okay, I guess that's not that weird kind of a thing. Like, she's like, I'm the one posting it. Yeah, so, like, yeah. So she agrees to go to dinner with him and stuff.
No.
Yeah. Let's see. They joke a little more. They just are like, yeah, okay, cool. We can meet up tonight. I guess that's fine and stuff. And She texts her brother, though, that she's excited for his play that night, and he replies that he was sorry for being hard on her the night before, that he was excited for her to come, right?
Okay.
And so I was like...
Oh, boy.
He clearly just got... I mean, like, when you're a restaurant worker, when you are a chef in a restaurant that's clearly busy, like...
And you hate it.
And then your sister, who is supposed to be in Italy, shows up out of nowhere being, like, this sporadic... manic pixie dream girl just showing up all the time. I would also be like, what the fuck do you want?
Well, especially because he almost makes it seem like she only comes around when she needs something.
Exactly. So. Like, that's very much the vibe I was getting when he was, like, first talking to her.
Be like, what money do you need?
Exactly.
Where? Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Then they're like, okay, cool, I'll text you later. Okay, bye. And they leave, right? Mm-hmm. So she heads out into town and she does some food shopping. She's like, they only show her buying cheese, though. Like, she only buys cheese. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I like cheese too, but like, she literally just goes to the store, buys a couple blocks of cheese, and then leaves. And like,
that's really weird.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it's not wine.
I know, right?
To go with her wine.
Oh.
Cheese.
But yeah, so she... but as she's walking around town, there's actually kind of a cool boppy song playing. I enjoyed this. The music is actually pretty decent in this movie. Nice. So she gets dressed in a white dress, which complements her hair pretty nice, but she's wearing
the white devil.
Right? But she's wearing a white dress, and she's FaceTiming her friend from Italy again and stuff, and telling her about the whole story about how he was, like, he broke into the house, but he didn't break in because it's his house, and like all this stuff. And then we met up and blah, blah, blah. And the friend was like, no, this is good. This is exactly why you're home. You need to go out and have fun. And I was like, this is not why she's home. She's getting away from a stalker. What do you mean?
Don't get yourself into another weird situation.
Exactly, and she does. Anyway, so not entirely her fault, but whatever.
Also, I want to know what the time difference is between here and Italy, because I feel like if she's calling her friend at like noon, right? It's got to be like 3 a.m. over there or
something like that.
It's 1 a.m. there right now.
Oh my hell.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 8 hours ahead of us.
Okay. So I guess if it's like noon, then it's not
too bad.
But like, it was like dark out when she was making dinner. But, like, her brother's play was also supposed to be that night. So I was just like, when are we doing plays? Like, what time do plays start? Like,
right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Daylight savings time.
I guess, yeah. But she was like, yeah, I think I'm doing dinner with him. She's already dressed. Her hair and makeup are done, right?
You just planned this thing.
And she was like, I think I'm doing dinner. And so she texts him. And she was like, hey, are we still doing dinner? He's like, absolutely, I'm paying. And she goes, too late, I'm cooking. Which I'm like, she's a culinary student, so that's kind of fun, right? He knows she's a culinary student. I'm like, I mean, what's more romantic than having the person that loves food cooking for you? Like, that, I think that's really sweet.
Also, side note, when you talked about them going out to dinner and all that stuff, I was like, well, at least he's not telling her, hey, we should just do it at the Airbnb, because that'll put you, know, right at home.
But she very much was like, no,
she walked herself into that.
Exactly, yep. But she's cooking dinner in her dress. No apron, nothing. She's just wearing a white dress.
Okay.
And she's like pouring some of this wine into the pan so she can cook with it and stuff, right? And I'm like,
you're very confident in your skills.
Very confident. I absolutely guarantee you I would be in a t-shirt and shorts until the last second, like if that was me.
Give me a full smock.
Right? But she also just makes like the grossest looking pasta. It looked awful. Like it was just blah, blah. So I'm also not like the biggest fan of like I like Alfredo, but I'm not a big fan of like weirder white sauce. I don't know. Like it just it looked weird.
If it's too fancy, I don't want it.
Exactly. Yeah. It was just
give me the stuff from a jar.
Exactly. If it's heavy cream and garlic, that's what I want. Yes. Give it to me. Anyway, so he shows up. They're sitting on the floor in the living room at the coffee table, just like kind of just, sitting on pillows and stuff, which as the homeowner, I would be like, don't sit on my pillows like that.
We have
like
a dining table
right there, yeah. But they don't, so whatever. Okay. So she invites him to go to her brother's play with her and stuff, because she was like, there's just this thing I'm doing later, it's my brother's play. And he was like, oh, a play, huh? And she's like, yeah, my brother wrote it. And he's like, oh, yeah, cool, okay. Like, just,
great.
And she says that it's some kind of, like, revenge tragedy, which is this whole fucking movie. Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he offers, he agrees, but offers to make her a drink because she tells him that she found his stash in the house, which was probably just, like, in a cupboard. Yeah. But, like, he's got, like, tons of different kinds of alcohol just in there, like, all in the decanters and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's like, let me make you a drink because I make a really mean drink. And, Sophia is an alcoholic, so she goes along with it.
She goes, yes, please.
Yes, let's do it, And... yeah, anyway, so he's got all that stuff in there, and he's making her drinks and stuff. Well, we see her brother heading off to the stage that he's getting ready at for a play with his friend, who I never got his name. He said it maybe 4 times.
Doesn't matter.
Not really.
Okay.
He shows up again later, but, like, he's the friend, you know. Okay. But he seems like he's all technically inclined. He's the one who's doing all the lighting and stuff for him and getting the projector ready to do things, and like he just good friend, you know.
Okay.
And this is going on, so we see him getting ready for the play as all of this other stuff is going on at the same time and stuff, right? So Sophia and Glenn are drinking away. He's mixing her drinks and stuff, and they're just joking a lot, and he's wearing suspenders.
Oh.
So, you know, to be extra fancy and stuff. And she's like snapping them on him. And he's all like, ooh. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, that's not.
I feel uncomfy.
This is not sexy.
No. This is. Be one thing to like tug on them and like, you know, use them to get closer,
or like
but not
very
like
light, like snapping. Like she was like, pulling it like a good like 2 inches away and snapping that thing back. Like, and like those things are supposed to keep your pants up and stuff. Just. Glenn is like getting ready. He keeps texting her being like, where are you? What's going on? Why aren't you here yet? Like you said you were coming, didn't you? And stuff. And she's not responding because she's starting to dance with Glenn as they're drinking away, and he's pouring her more drinks and stuff. And like, I don't know. Anyway, he puts on this play that was like fucking pretentious as shit. And just like, I don't know. It's himself talking to this like hanging ghost looking just fabric-y doll in this. I don't know. And I just, at one point you hear him go, this is beyond melancholy. And I was like, fuck this. Like just,
okay, emo this. Child.
Exactly. I'm like, whatever.
We get it.
Yeah. But like it also kind of has like a little bit, they keep showing like on the projector, there's like blood just kind of in water, just like, you know, like, how it does, how it's
like flows
dispersed,
down through
stuff like that, and he's holding a knife and everything, and I'm just like, okay, so it's very much giving like vibes of what's going to happen in the rest of the movie and stuff. And
as you do.
Sophia misses the entire play and stuff, right? And she gets a little too drunk, ends up sleeping with Glenn. And this whole fucking thing, this whole scene of him and his play and them dancing and him and his play and them dancing goes on for like 10 minutes. It's so long. And luckily we don't get to see them bang, but like it just goes on for so long, and I didn't care. I was like, this could have been so much shorter. It probably wasn't 10 minutes, but it felt like a fucking eon and stuff. And I'm just like, it was so long. And that right there, that's like the thing I hated most about the movie, is so many scenes just went on way longer than they needed to. They're sitting here being like, ooh, we're building suspense. No, I was not. I was like bored. I was trying to skip ahead. Yeah. You could literally jump ahead probably a minute in every scene and get to where you need to be and without still be like anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I hate that so much.
Yep.
Like, we don't need that much context.
No.
We just need the important shit.
Exactly.
Move along.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, you see how The Walking Dead is 45 minutes? Do that! Yeah. Like, it just... Anyway, so the next morning, it's not the next morning. It's like way in the middle of the night or something. I don't know. It kind of looked like it was daytime, but like also night. I don't know. They didn't show a clock. Maybe they did. I don't think I saw it. Anyway. Someone who we assumed to be Glenn, but it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it's Ski Mask Guy that shows up later, but like I never got his name, so I just call him Ski Mask Guy.
Of course.
But it's not him. He's looking at Sophia laying in the bed, right? And he just takes her cell phone and slips it into his pocket. And then he pulls out his own phone, lifts up the sheets as he just kind of is recording her in her bra, and then puts the blanket back down, puts on these leather gloves, and then leaves. Right?
Okay.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway. So she wakes up right after that, soon after that. I don't fucking know. She wakes up, realizes that she can't find her phone, realizes that she's not at her brother's play and is in bed, and she's like, oh shit, and is looking for her phone because she's obviously wanting to try to call her brother and apologize, or maybe apologize. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's very kind of like panicky looking for it, and it's just like, oh, I must have left it in the living room, and she gets up to go get a drink of water. And she sees that there is a little message from Glenn saying like, oh, I had a really good time, G, and stuff. And she just rolls her eyes and puts the paper down. And I was like, did you want him to stay the night? Like, I don't...
Or was it because he made her miss the play?
Maybe, you know? I don't know. To me, it was very much like she wasn't like bothered until she read the note and then was just like, I can't believe I did that again. Just like, why did you leave a note? Just, I don't know. Everything about her just pissed me off. Like,
so punchable.
I was not upset when she... Anyway... Yeah, so she ends up, I guess, falling asleep on the couch, because we just kind of, like, see her roll her eyes, and that's the end of the scene, but, like, later on we see her asleep on the couch, so, like, yeah.
Okay.
Her brother keeps trying to call her cell phone over and over again, and just goes straight to voicemail, and he's, like, just like, call me back, why aren't you calling me, why aren't you answering me, kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the next morning, Aaron, the brother, wakes up to see that, or like he goes to call her again. He wakes up and the first thing he does is try to call her, but her phone is no longer in service. Like it immediately just says like, this phone is not in service. And he's like, what the fuck? So he texts her and he's like, why does your phone say it's out of service? What's going on? You know, she doesn't respond. So he calls her friend from Italy, wondering if I don't know how he has her number, but like I don't know.
Okay. Maybe they like had the same like dorm.
Maybe.
Phone?
I don't know.
No,
it was
cell phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So he calls her and she's like, yeah, we were talking last night. She said that she was like going on a date and stuff. But she also sent me her Airbnb like location, like where she was staying and stuff. So she sends him the link for the location. So he goes to work as a chef. That's when he gets the text saying like, hey, this is where she was at and stuff. And he asks his boss if he can leave early because his sister's missing. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, go ahead, dude. And I was like, that's a good boss. Like, this is a restaurant. It seems busy. And they only had the 2 chefs and stuff. Like, anyway. So he goes looking for her and he gets to the apartment, but there's this couple staying there. And oh my goodness, this guy was so nice. He opens the door. He's like, hello, how can I help you? And he's like, hi, I'm looking for my sister Sophia. And he's like, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. And he was like, oh, are you the homeowner? He's like, no, my wife rented this place online. And he was like, so you haven't seen a young girl? No, I haven't. But if I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her and stuff. He's like, sir, I really wish I could help you and everything. Like, he just seemed so genuine. And I was like, this is a nice guy. Most other people would open the door and be like, what do you want? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you?
This is my rental.
Like, kind of a thing. But he was just really nice about it. I was like, Well, I guess Aaron had texted Glenn, not knowing it was Glenn, but he texted the owner of the apartment and stuff and was asking about Sophia. And Glenn texted back that she had checked out that morning. And that was like it. He asked something back like, what's your name, kind of a thing. And he's like, are you sure she left? What's your name? And they responded back like, sorry, that's all the information that we can give you on our tenants. Like, have a good day. And I'm like, I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. He goes to the cops then to report her missing. And I'm sure most people want to sit here and be like, oh, the cops are doing nothing, because he's like, oh, this is what's going on. This is all the stressful situation. I can't find my sister, blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, he was like, should we just go back to the apartment right now and search for her and stuff? And he was like, listen, man, like, we have to report her missing to like all this. He's like, there's things we have to do. Sorry. Like, I can't just show up at this apartment and be like, let me in. I have to search the place. Like, and I'm sure most other people would be like, yeah, cops doing nothing. And I'm like, no, they have protocols to follow.
Yeah. They can't just look in trouble.
Exactly. I'm like, they
need search warrants and they need all the things.
And people want to sit here and be like, cops suck because they do nothing. And I'm like, yeah, except they're following the rules they're supposed to follow to protect your rights too. Like, if this was your apartment and the cop just showed up and barged in without a warrant, you'd be pissed. Yeah. It drives me nuts. So, but they very much tried to make it seem like he was the cop that like didn't care and stuff. But he very much was just like, no, we have to report her missing. We have to follow these steps. Like, we have to do these things and stuff. Yeah. And the brother didn't seem upset or anything, but he was just like,
now what?
Okay, now what? Yeah. So he decides to rent the apartment for the next night. Okay. So he pulls out his laptop, puts in his credit card number. I don't know why they made a big fucking deal about him putting in his credit card number. Like, it was just...
Okay.
Anyway, so he gets there, searches the house, and he finds, I think, one of her shirts. It very much looked like something she would wear, but it was tucked under the bed, right? Okay. Like it had fallen out of a suitcase and they didn't realize it was there, which, I mean, happens all the time when you stay at those kind of places, you know? Yeah. But like, yeah, so he searches the whole house, and I feel like we're 31 minutes in and I'm halfway through the movie. I'm not joking. Okay. Like, the first half of the movie goes by so fast, and then the second half of the movie goes by so slow, but I still only have 4 pages of notes. Wow. So this is going to go through really fast. Okay. So, yeah, so he searches the whole house, and he's getting really upset because he can't find anything. There's no note. There's nothing else that even suggests his sister stayed there besides maybe this shirt that could have possibly have been hers. Like, she maybe was wearing it in one of her pictures. I don't remember. She might have been wearing it, but I don't remember now. So, which wouldn't make any sense as to why it was under the bed. So he gets frustrated. Like I am. Yeah. And he grabs the alarm clock next to the bed. It starts beeping, just going off and stuff. And so he hits the button and it doesn't stop it. So he smacks it again and it doesn't stop it. So he angrily grabs it and chucks it across the room because he's frustrated. He can't find his sister, right? Yes. And that's when he realizes that as the clock smashes against the wall and the plastic face covering falls off,
there's a camera.
But there's a camera. And he's like, what the fuck is that? Right? So he's immediately like spooked out. Yeah. And goes to a electronics store to buy a scanner for things like that, right? Which drove me crazy because he walks in, okay, and the clerk is very much on his phone playing some kind of a game and is making obvious like video game sounds, right? it drives me nuts that other people don't seem to like, or is this a big city thing? I don't know if this is a big city thing or whatever, but when you walk into a store and you're not greeted immediately, or at least a hi, how can I help you? Or somebody's coming
Welcome
in, let me put my phone down. Yeah. Like, it drives me nuts when they have movies like that where people walk in and they're just like, hi, can I be helped? And they're like, yeah, what do you want? And I'm like
that's not how customer service works.
So fast. Yeah. I'm like, I guarantee you, like, because this is a person's place of business. And if you are hired to work there and if you are not a greeting, like a welcoming person. Yeah. I'm sure you even walk into Dick's, the restaurant, where they're mean to you and they go, fuck off, what's up? Like, there's gotta be some kind, I don't know, and maybe it's just because I work in hospitality, but like, it drives me bonkers anytime I watch something like that where I'm just like, are people actually like,
I don't think
so. Maybe
but
just
in other countries, like in England and stuff, they don't acknowledge you until you come to the counter. And so when they come to America, they're like, why are you saying hi to me? That's like, so do you know how scary Bath & Body Works must be? Oh, yeah, and they're like, do you want a bag? Yeah. My name is Cheryl. Please take it. Like, so I hate it.
So there's a difference between, hi, how can I help you? Yeah. And what the fuck do you want? Do you want this? I know you want this. I know you do. Like,
this is my name. Please put me down as your salesperson.
Victoria's Secret people always coming around. You want me to measure your boobs? Like...
Exactly.
With their little measuring tapes around their neck. Yeah.
Spraying perfume everywhere. Ugh.
Oh, man.
Can't blame them, but...
I mean, it's their job, but, like, yeah. Anyway, so it just drives me crazy when people act like that. Because then he was helpful afterwards, because Aaron walked up to the counter and was like, hey, can I buy, like, something that, like, helps me find, like, you know, hidden cameras and stuff? And he's like, yeah, let me go grab it. And, like, goes out to go grab it. And then comes back. And he was like, how does this work, kind of a thing? And he goes, yeah, this is a something, 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 bunch of words and stuff. And Aaron's like, can you teach me how to use this? And he's like, yeah, you bet. And, like, teaches him right then. Like, we don't see it in the movie, but, like, I was like, and for when you walked in the door and you were like, beep, 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 like,
yeah.
Totally.
Why?
Because
he's the electronic guy.
Yes, it just didn't make any sense to make him seem like he didn't care and then to have him care. Like,
the other day, sorry, we're going to tangent for a second. I was at Walmart and I needed to get a memory card, but they're, like, locked on the hook, right? You have to get a person. And there was this child man who looked, I'm sorry, he looked so, like, homeless and just, like, not work worthy. Like, his hair was long and shaggy, which I don't mind, but it was, like, a mess. And, like, his outfit was just, like, weird. And he had a Walmart vest on. So I walked over and I was like, hey, can I get help with this over here? And he's like, I just do phones. I was like, you only
do phones? That's your whole job? Yeah.
Okay. Are you bored a lot? Because no one's buying Walmart phones.
I guess it's not entirely true. I've been to Walmart before where people are just not very friendly. But, like, that's, yeah.
But, yeah, he was just... He did not look... I stood around for, like, 5 minutes waiting for anyone else to show up before I asked him for help. But... Anyway.
That's so frustrating. Okay, so he gets back to the apartment, turns on the device, and it immediately starts beeping that he's near a camera and stuff, right? So he figures out that there's one in the smoke detector, and there's one in the vent over here, and there's one over here. And he finds, like, 7 of them, right? But as he's finding all of these, and this, like, 5-minute long scene of him finding these cameras, it keeps flashing to a POV of the camera watching his sister, like, brush her teeth, or go to the bathroom, or making dinner and stuff. Yeah, from those, like, very hidden angles and stuff. But obviously it's just, like, him. I don't know if it's just him imagining it or if we're actually seeing what people on the internet were seeing, kind of a thing. Just anyway, so he goes down into the basement to see if there's any more cameras down there, which I don't know why there would have been cameras down there. Like, people aren't supposed to go down into the basement. It very much looks like someone's stuff is down there. So, like, I wouldn't have gone into the basement if I was renting there. But anyway. And he finds the beeper starts beeping at a wall. And so he rips down the wall.
Sir.
Yeah. And finds that there's like a whole wall of servers and routers and stuff. And like a whole bunch of, and a camera or like a screen showing him looking at everything. So it's like looking at him while he's looking at everything. So he calls his super awesome tech buddy friend from the play earlier and is talking to him about it. And the friend is like, what is this? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, there's all this stuff. I don't know what to do. And he goes, okay, do you have your laptop? And he's like, yeah. He's like, cool. Download this program, do this, do that. And he's like telling him the whole time, like, type this in, do this, connect to here, like kind of a thing. And so he's telling him what to do. And he's like, cool, now give me access to the laptop and then I can like merge everything over to my stuff and I can like do all this like searching things, right? Okay. So he does that. And they're kind of just talking for a minute and he's like, okay, cool. I have a friend who sells fake IDs on the dark web. I'm going to talk to him and I'll get back to you. And I'm like, what? You just have a friend who sells fake IDs on the dark web? I
don't even... Like, the dark web is such a fucking, like,
I know, like, it
far-off mystery to me. I know that it exists.
I know it exists, but it's like...
But how do you get involved in that shit? How do I sell a kidney? That's all I want to know. Right? That's all I want to know.
I know where to sell feet pics, so...
You heard about people selling, like, their dirty underwear?
Yeah.
That's so weird, but also, so like,
Because at the same time, I'm just like... What's the matter?
What am I going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it? Yeah.
That's kind of, like, I know that, like, there really are cameras in places, and that's really fucking creepy. And the other part of me is like, if you want to see this get dressed, I guess.
If this gets you going, then okay.
Sure.
Like, honestly, I'm flattered, because nobody's hit on me in a very long time. Right. Yeah. So, like, besides my husband. But, you know. That's,
yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, though, so as this is going on, he's like closing up his laptop and stuff. We see a dude in a ski mask enter into the house, right?
Ski mask
with a shotgun.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah,
not an axe or a cowboy hat at all.
Not an axe or a cowboy hat. Just a shotgun.
Okay.
It's like Aaron hears what's going on. I don't know. Why would you bring something that loud?
Yeah.
Like.
And, like, not inaccurate, but, like, it goes everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're planning on destroying this fucking house.
Yeah.
Like,
goodbye, Airbnb.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, so Aaron hears him walking around upstairs. So he hides really quickly. We don't see him grab his laptop, but I guess he took it with him because he ran out of the house with it in a minute. Anyway, so he hides, and the dude with the shotgun, ski mask, comes downstairs and starts looking around, can't find him because Aaron's hiding pretty okay, and then takes off up the stairs. And obviously that's when the ski mask guy hears him and comes bolting right after him. He's like a good few steps behind him. And I was like, shoot him.
Yeah. Stop.
Why are you bringing the gun? Like, what? Just, if you're not going to shoot him.
You just want to be as intimidating as possible?
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but Aaron goes booking it out of the house and down the street, and there's just people walking down the street and stuff. And so he comes out, rips off the ski mask really fast, and he used the ski mask to like cover up the end of the shotgun.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
What about the rest of it?
Right? And it's a white ski mask too. Like, it was just weird.
That's
anyway,
very weird.
Weird.
Yep. I just threw off my whole like vision for what I had.
It's very weird. Yep. But Aaron like takes off and he gets in a taxi and he just kind of goes along and stuff. And he gets a text from an unknown number that says, "You call the cops and you're dead. We're watching you." And for a good second, I was like, "How the fuck do they have his number?" And then I was like, "Oh, he rented the apartment." So like, yeah.
Why would you not give false information though?
I don't know.
Why the hell?
I don't know.
Would you put your real name and
phone number and
credit card information? Yeah. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Exactly, yeah.
But also,
there are websites that you can go and they give you a randomly generated credit card number.
And link it to yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a lot of people will do that if they're wanting to do like a subscription for a month, because some places don't do free subscriptions, so you have to like pay for it. So, but they'll like auto renew it, and so if you just pay for a credit card for 1 month, it'll automatically like take the payment. But then the next time,
card doesn't work anymore.
The card doesn't or it'll decline the next time. So if you decide you don't want to do that and you forget to cancel it, it'll automatically cancel it for you. So, or at least alert you and be like, "Hey, this is your card payment." Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting.
Learning new things all the time. Yeah. You're welcome.
So, I learned that from Kenny D on YouTube. She does Bad Movies in a Beat.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. She does a lot of like passion flicks though.
Ooh.
So she talks about like romance movies that are really bad. They're hilarious.
That'll be fun.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So he texts him like, "Hey, you call the cops and you're dead. We're watching you," right? And then he calls Glenn and they start speaking in Russian over the phone. And I was like, "Oh, this is the Russian collusion we're talking about."
Okay.
There's no collusion.
Because they have to be Russian. Because they're bad guys.
I guess.
Get a new trope.
Right?
That's all I'm saying.
And they're talking on the phone for a good while. And Ski Mask Guy is like, the servers are compromised. You need to go over and fix that. Blah, blah, blah. I've got something on my end I need to clean up. And Glenn was like, "Oh my gosh, am I in trouble and everything?" He's like, "Not if I get everything cleaned up. So you clean up your end and I'll do my end and everything should be fine and stuff." And he goes, "By the way, I had a little fun with your redhead last night." And Glenn was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I saw you on your cameras and you're doing your dancing and you're drinking and you're sexing and stuff." And he was like, is she okay? And he's like, you just need to clean up your end, kind of a thing. And he's like, what? What's going on? Like, did you hurt her? What's happening? And he was just like, don't fucking worry about it, dude. But maybe next time, don't sleep with the ladies that we've got in here. And I was like, what? Why would that be a problem?
Yeah, why does that matter?
Why does that matter? Like, I mean, if people are watching it for whatever reasons, like, you think they'd be like, hey. Like,
added bonus,
like,
which is gross.
Exactly. But like,
for what they're doing.
Like, I don't see why it's I don't, like, honestly, this bad guy is so fucking stupid. Had he left everything alone, none of this would have been a problem for the rest of the movie. Nothing would have been a problem. Because honestly, I'm pretty sure Glenn was like just expecting this to be a one-night stand kind of a thing. Yeah. Like just, and I'm sure the sister would have.
It seems like he cares a little bit, like, though.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
But fuck Glenn. So,
good to know.
Because he's a creep. Because he's allowing all this. Yeah.
He's Russian.
Yeah. And he speaks Russian, but he doesn't sound Russian. So, like, I just...
Okay.
But he speaks fluent Russian and stuff, but also keeps responding in English to the guy. And I'm sitting here, and I was so pissed because I was watching the movie on my TV. And I'm trying to watch with subtitles, and the only part of the movie that has subtitles is them talking in Russian, right? But I had the movie, no joke, my sound was all the way up to like 40. Okay, when I only need it to be on like 15 to hear anything else going on, right? And I had it up to 40, and there were still parts that I couldn't hear. And I was like, what is happening? I was so mad. Anyway, so then I took it to work so I could finish taking my notes, and I just like had it in the computer, and it let me put subtitles on there.
That's weird.
It was so weird. I tried like 4 different ways to try to get subtitles on the damn TV, and it wouldn't let me do it. And I was like, fine, fuck off. So anyway, so Glenn's just like, okay, fine, I'll take care of my stuff, blah, 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 and stuff. And he's like, yeah, stay low. And the ski mask guy is like, we're going to meet up at this movie theater at 9, okay? And Glenn is like, okay, I'll meet you there at 9. And we flash back to the night that Sophia goes missing. Okay, I don't know why they did it right here, but whatever.
Okay.
We see her sleeping on the couch, and the back door is like, the sliding door is like wide open, and there's a curtain down. And this motherfucker,
oh boy,
like walks in.
No!
Like just like that. Like
into the curtain?
Into the curtain.
Yeah.
Like you would have beat a door.
And just let it flow over his face.
It just flows over his, like, and I'm like, why?
That's so weird.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, that just makes me think of Michael Myers. How he doesn't stop for anything. And he's just like, I'm walking through this wall now.
Wearing the ski mask still, just like, and I'm like,
just move it.
As a person who is like plagued with static electricity, no thank you.
Right?
Like, that is a nightmare to me. Also, what happens if she woke up, saw that, and was just like, oh, what the fuck? Grabbed one of the wine glasses off of the table, smashed it. Yeah. And like, you can't see anything. Like,
you're double blind, sir.
Yeah, I just was so frustrated about all of that and stuff, right? I guess the sound kind of wakes up Sophia, and she looks up to the TV to see the exact moment, like, playing back at her, like a camera's pointing at her. Oh. And she sees herself on the TV, and she's very much like, what is happening? What the fuck is going on? Yeah. And that's when Ski Mask Guy walks up behind her. So she just starts, and like gets up, runs to another side of the room, turns around, sees him standing there, and goes, again,
keep going.
She just keeps running, pausing, and screaming. Running, pausing, and screaming. Running, pausing, and screaming. And what does she do? She goes and barricades herself into the bedroom.
When the front door was right the fuck there.
Right the fuck there.
Okay.
Or at least like a fire escape or something. Yeah. Like whatever was there.
Keep screaming and get people's attention. Yeah. And don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. And I was just like, also, I really didn't understand how the building worked.
How does it have a fire escape if there's also a basement?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. I'll try to send pictures of this place, but I don't understand how this building works.
Okay.
So again, it's a horror movie. So like,
is it an apartment or a house?
It's an apartment, but it's like it's a building all into itself. It's like a single house looking like an apartment in a big city. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what city it was supposed to be. I don't know if it was New York. I don't know if it was like Seattle. I have no idea. Okay. There was no like big landmarks that I'm aware of to let you know who it was. I also didn't like super pay attention at the beginning of the movie when it was kind of panning through the city and stuff. Yeah. So like, because I was like, I don't recognize anything. So like,
yeah, big city. Okay.
Big city. Yep. Anyway, so he just chases her down and stuff. And as all of this is going on, like that happens, we're back at Aaron's apartment. He's FaceTiming his friend, and the friend is telling him that this is all dark web shit. Everything that he found actually goes to like this website where you can watch people like in their like unknowingly staying in apartments or whatever. with cameras.
Who is finding these websites to watch?
I don't know.
That's what how?
And how bored are you that you were like, oh yeah, you sitting there watching, NCIS for the 15th time. I'm just no joke. Whoever's peeking on me, binge watching American Dad I cannot tell you how many times I have watched that show. I quote it like it's the Bible though.
Daily. Yeah.
I fall asleep to it. I fall asleep to that, to Family Guy, to Rick and Morty. I watch these so much.
Yeah.
Most of my conversations with my husband is us
just quotes.
Quoting these shows.
Yeah.
I quote this show to a lot of people and they don't understand what I'm talking about. It's just second nature though at that point. So I'm pretty sure my FBI agent is like, fuck, she's watching. And then there were fewer episode of Family Guy one more time. That's the murder mystery one. That was fun. Okay. That's my favorite episode. So sure, they're sick of me. But yeah, so this is all going on. The friend is telling him, he's like, this is all super deep, dark web shit. He's like, this is way too spooky for me. I'm sorry, man. I hope you find your sister. I have to back out. I can't be part of this because they can track you. Oh, and they can track me, and I really can't be part of it because they'll fuck you up, kind of a thing, right?
Okay,
and
good luck.
But he sends him some links of the website of everything and stuff, right? And I guess he didn't go through and find a bunch of them, but anyway. So Aaron is scrolling through a bunch of these links that's just people in house, people doing this, blah blah blah, do, just I don't know. Yeah. And he finds one that says redhead chased in terror kind of a thing. Or redhead terror, something like that. And he immediately thinks, this is my sister. It was just posted a day ago kind of a thing. So he goes to click on it. And it asks for $1,600.
What?
$1,600 to watch this video.
Who is on these websites?
I have no idea.
There's an actual website for that.
Yeah.
For you to watch people.
Yeah. You know what it is? Pornhub, and it's free.
That's too, but but there are also webcam girls. Yeah. There's also, what's that website where you pay people? I cannot think of what it's called right now. Yes.
Yeah. There's so many.
But that's knowingly.
I guess that's true.
So I guess that's the whole appeal of this, is you're a fucking nasty ass.
And you just don't want people to know? You know how you can also do that too? Just go outside.
True.
Go watch people. They don't know you're watching them.
Yeah, but you can get arrested for that.
That's true. But yeah, so and people are spending that much money.
Right.
That much money. I mean, in all truth.
Can I get a profit of that?
Right,
or exactly. How does that work?
Yeah. But I don't know. Anyway, so we see he clicks on the link. He puts in his credit card number, and it started with the 7. It was so cute because no credit card numbers start with 7. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Kind of 555?
Visas start with 4s, MasterCards start with 5s, Discover cards start with 6s, American Express start with 3s.
Oh, I guess you would know that. Mm-hmm. You had a lot of them.
I can also tell who's going to use an American Express by how bitchy they sound on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll be talking to people and those sound super entitled, and I'm just and they're going to have an American Express. Yep. And then they do, and I'm like, if they don't give me American Express, I am surprised.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Yep. My boss is like, why is that a thing? And I was like, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yep.
Everybody's like, but some people will be like, do you take American Express? I'm like, no, we're the only place in the entire fucking world that doesn't take American Express.
It's not 2001 anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in the exclusive club of American Express. Fuck
Calm
off.
down.
Yeah. Anyway. So he puts in his card number and pays that. I'm glad he had the money for that.
Yeah. I
don't.
I guess if it's a credit card, then.
Yeah. But yeah, he puts that in. And it took him a moment to pull out a card. They show him kind of hesitating. And I don't know if it was because he was like, what if this isn't my sister and I'm paying $1,600 or $1,600 for it not to be her? Or am I really going to pay this much money?
Or they'll have his information.
Or they'll have my information. Or am I really going to see what's going to happen to my sister? I couldn't tell what he was hesitating for. But then he put in his card number and I was like,
Okay.
I mean, I guess it could have been all of those things kind of flashing through his mind, because I would have been like, fuck, that much money? Are you kidding me? What if it's not her? Yeah. I just...
sorry, sister, I guess I can afford you.
As he watches her being chased around the house by these cameras, and then choked to death by the ski mask guy, okay, who then pulls out his cell phone and starts like recording her face closer up, and that's how they like end the video.
That's awful.
And yeah, and he's like, it keeps flashing back to her being chased and him just like just freaking out and stuff, and then he sees her being choked, and he like the sound kind of fades as he just kind of like screams into the air, and just like it's really sad because he just watched his sister die, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and anyway, so as he's like doing that, he then hears someone downstairs in his kitchen. And I guess his roommates weren't supposed to be. I don't fucking know. I don't know because they're never there. So he grabs this like pocket knife. It was like a pretty decent little like hunting pocket knife. And he goes to investigate. He's also shirtless.
Okay.
I mean, he's in his own house. He looked like he just got out of the shower. So like,
we'll give it to him.
Yeah, and so he goes downstairs and he's jumped from behind by the ski mask guy.
Oh, good.
Which obviously has his house number because credit card information, whatever. Anyway. So they tussle for a moment, and the ski mask guy brings Aaron's own knife down and stabs him in his gut and stuff, but like also like drags it down for a good second.
Yuck.
And Aaron smashes him in the head, headbutts him from behind, right? So the ski mask guy grabs him by the throat and like slams him up onto his counter and into his cupboards and is like trying to choke him out. And Aaron manages to reach into his sink, grab a kitchen knife, and then shove that thing up into the ski mask guy's like
in his throat.
In his throat, yeah.
Oh.
And so he obviously lets go, falls down, and dies.
Yeah.
Right? And Aaron is like, I just killed a dude. Oh my gosh. Like, and obviously he's like been stabbed. He's injured. He's in shock. He just killed a guy. Like, there's just a whole lot
going on. Yeah.
A lot going on, right? I probably would have been like, screaming my head off, but also I don't even know. Anyway, so he gets down, grabs a first aid kit, goes into his bathroom, and watches a YouTube video on how to stitch himself back up. Because for some reason he can't go to the police now. I would be calling the police in this moment and saying, my sister is missing.
Look at this video.
Look at this video.
Look at this man.
Look at this man who tried to kill me, and I got him back. The police would be on that like that.
Yeah.
Like, they
would move.
And then,
and change your name.
Exactly. They would put him into witness protection so fast.
Yeah.
And but he decides not to do it himself because now he knows his sister is dead and he wants to get his own revenge. And I'm like, except how many other sisters are going to go missing? Yeah. How many other, like, things are going to happen to people because you're just deciding not to call the cops? Yeah. Like, you have access to what's going on right here. They would very much be like, yeah, let's do this. Like, yeah. Like,
and they could, like, pose something to like have, you know, like, oh, this girl is staying and here you go, and then we'll fucking get you because we're the cops,
right? Anyway. But this scene goes on so damn long of him stitching himself up and watching the video and stitching himself up and like and watching it go through his skin and everything, which I mean it was okay looking, but like it didn't look like skin. Because, I mean, there was a lot of blood, but it was also kind of pinkish blood. Like, it was just kind of, like, they should have spent more money on that and less on cell phones.
Or just less time focused on it.
It was so long. Like, no joke. I was skipping through it to get through it so that I could get to the next scene. It was almost 3 minutes long.
Holy shit.
Of just him stitching himself up and, like, sitting in the bathtub and, like, pouring water over himself and, like, and then bandaging himself up and, like, it just was so fucking long. 3 minutes is so long. Yeah. In a movie. Yeah. Like, anyway, so he finds the ski mask guy's phone in his pocket because Glenn has been texting him a couple of times, right? And so he can hear it beeping and stuff. So he grabs it, and Aaron texts him back, and Glenn is like, is it done? Is everything good? You know, like, am I safe? And Aaron's like, yeah, it's done. Where are you? Right? As ski mask guy. Yeah. And he goes, Glenn, for some reason, just, like, airdrops him his location. Just, like, sends it. Just like, I'm here at the movie theater. The movie theater that, you know, you said to meet me at.
Yeah, like, instead of being like, I'm here, where are you? Yeah. Or something, yeah.
Like, he just sends him the location. I don't fucking know. Anyway,
not that he couldn't look back through the text and find where they were, but still. Okay.
Yeah. So then Aaron steals the ski mask guy's keys and finds a couple of shotgun shells in his pocket. I don't know why he didn't bring the shotgun this time, but, like, whatever. Okay. So he finds the keys and stuff, finds his car, drives out to the movie theater. And this takes another, like, 4 minutes of him driving through the city to go find this fucking movie theater. Okay. And I'm just like, why is this taking so long? Anyway, he gets to the movie theater and decides last minute to turn on the share location on Ski Mask Guy's phone, sends it to his own phone, okay? And then goes inside and buys a drink. And because he's trying to look.
At the movie theater?
Yeah. Buys a drink at the movie theater, goes to sit down in the movie theater. No, like a soda.
Oh, okay.
I guess I should say.
Like, he's trying to look casual.
But yeah, just trying to look casual. Okay. But like he's also like limping through the like because he's injured and stuff, right? Anyway, he starts texting Glenn, being like, "I'm here, or I'm almost there," blah blah blah, and that's when he sees that Glenn pulls out his phone, texts something back, and then he gets the ding on his phone that he's like, "Okay, that's the guy." So he goes over, and there's maybe like 12 people in this whole theater. They're playing an old black and white movie because old black and white movies are...
Oh, he's like in the seats?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's sitting in the seats and stuff, and he goes over, sits a row behind him, and tosses Ski Mask Guy's phone into his pocket, or into his lap. And that's when Glenn is like, "Who are you?" You know, kind of like, what's going on and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, my name is Aaron...
whatever.
Williams, whatever, Sophia's last name and stuff." And he was like, "You're Sophia's brother." And he's like, "I was." And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I want to feel bad. That's so fucking cringy. But, like, I want to feel bad. Anyway, so I just, whatever.
You still are.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he's like, "Where's the other guy?" And he's like, "He's dead," and stuff. And he was like, "I found your website and I found your networks and everything." And Glenn tries to say that all he did was provide the apartments and that's it. He didn't do anything else. And Aaron's like, "That's bullshit.
You allowed it to happen, if nothing else."
Exactly, yeah. He's like, "This is just starting and stuff." And he wants to know where his sister's body is. But Glenn is like, "I don't know." And I'm like, which I can believe. We can believe because we saw the scene. Aaron obviously doesn't believe him because why would you? Anyway. They're going on for like good back and forth for a good couple of minutes of just like, fuck you, fuck this, blah, blah, blah. Just, "You're coming with me," kind of a thing. And so Aaron goes to grab his shoulder and being like, "You're coming with me. I guess we're going to the cops." When the cops literally could have found him at any time had you gone to him and just been like, "Hey, this is the dude that I've been texting." It's not that hard to trace that. Like, I just anyway. So, but Glenn actually had a pocket knife. And he slices Aaron's hand as he, like, goes to grab him and stuff. And then gets up quickly and leaves the theater because he doesn't want to make a scene. I have no idea why Aaron didn't want to make a scene. I would have been like, "This dude just fucking cut me." Yeah. And then everyone would have been like, "Oh, what's going on?" And then Glenn would have been like, "Oh, I don't know. He was trying to mug me or whatever." And he would have been like, "Dude, he, like, killed my sister." Like, there's just so much things. They would have called the cops. The cops would have come. Something would have happened. I'm so mad about a few of these things. Anyway, okay. So, Glenn takes off, starts jogging down the road and stuff, and Aaron obviously is too injured to chase after him, but he pulls out his phone, sees the shared location because Glenn still has Ski Mask Guy's phone on him now, which, I mean, makes sense as to why he would take it, because it has his phone information, but it takes him way too long to ditch it, honestly. So, anyway, so as this is going on, Glenn gets on a subway, and we keep seeing flashes of maybe Glenn having a flashback of him setting up an apartment that was not the apartment that he was in, like with Sophia. It's a different apartment. So for a second, I thought it was him going and setting up a new apartment.
Oh, yeah.
But then they kept showing him on the subway, but then I was like...
So that's not happening right now.
Why is this happening? Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't know.
Just anyway. Him feeling remorseful that he's a part of this, maybe, or
but
something.
Like, I don't know. It was so fucking stupid. I didn't understand that scene at all. Anyway, Aaron's following after him, driving, and this scene, again, it's just so long. It was 4 minutes of him having these flashbacks, and Aaron following in the car and keeps looking at the phone for the share my location, and like...
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was so long. It was so long. At this part of the movie, I was just like, get through it. Get through it. Get through it. Things are going to get exciting, right? Well, Glenn gets off the subway, goes to a factory? A water treatment plant? I really want to know what building is building a bunch of just like...
or a sardine factory.
I don't know what this building was. There's just hallways. But like it's like if you let somebody play Minecraft where they just do the 2 blocks, they dig for down a while, they start a new row over here and then start a new... It's just
hallways and hallways
of nothing. And I thought, okay, maybe it used to be like an underwater kind of treatment plant because there's tons of water everywhere. But there's lights everywhere. It's like I just,
okay.
I don't understand. I don't understand how it is. Anyway, so some fucking old building is where he had set up his servers to hide everything. Also, in this old building that very clearly still has, like, electricity running to it.
Yeah.
Who owns
Someone's
it?
maintaining
the Russians?
it. Maybe.
Is it the Russians, maybe? Because, like, is it them? Because it would make sense if it was them, because all these other people, like, why would you have this server in this random fucking building?
Then at least like, it's, like, their property.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I don't know. So he goes there, but that's when he decides, oh, I need to ditch this phone. Tosses it into the river that is by the... So that's why I thought it was maybe, like, a water treatment plant or something. Because there's the river right there, and there's water inside, and just, like...
Trying to put 2 and 2 together.
I'm trying my best to figure out what it is.
7.
Yeah. But too late, because Aaron saw him throw the phone into the river and then go inside. So Aaron starts hobbling after him with the shotgun from the car that I guess was in the car and stuff. And so they go inside, and Glenn makes it to his server room where he takes down just the one server, okay, of the one apartment. He leaves all the other ones going, okay, because they're not compromised.
What a hero.
Just the one, yeah. And so he takes down the one. And also, like, he opens up this, it just looks like a file that looks like you're just keeping track of your bank records. That's it. It's not your bank account. It's like not an
Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah, kind of a thing. But it didn't look exactly like an Excel spreadsheet. It just literally looked like a page that he was scrolling through that was just showing that, like, $500 here, $1,500 here, $250 here, $500 again, $500 again. Like, just... And he, like, looks annoyed for a second before dragging it and deleting it from the computer. And I was like, that's not how banks work.
No.
That's not, I mean, unless it's some kind of third-party banking online thingy where it sends it straight to, like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So, I am so confused about that one. I have no fucking clue, right?
Okay.
I'm going to send screenshots of all this, and you're going to be like, what is that? What's happening?
I agree with you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Then he grabs a handgun from the drawer, and he goes back out, okay? Well, Aaron is just kind of chilling by a wall. Yes.
So, I don't know why they have it set up like this, but would that be the money that he earned on that house?
Yeah, but I don't know why it needed
like
to
how
be...
it's tracking that way
how
and
it's
why
tracking...
we need to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That was
okay,
just...
but I'm like, because obviously it's showing that he's getting rid of the money. Or just getting
tracing.
rid of the traces,
yeah.
But like at the same time, like if you're caught, they can look at your bank account, or like if you're worried about this being really genuinely compromised, they're gonna know your bank information unless you've got some kind of Swedish bank account somewhere
like
else,
offshore,
that's what I would do. Don't be fucking stupid. Do an offshore account.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just don't understand. Like, it just, to me, I'm sure that's what they were trying to make it seem like he was getting rid of all of this money that they had been giving him.
Yeah.
But you don't delete money by just deleting
a file
from your computer.
Yeah. It must have just been like, this house is compromised, so we have to get rid of all traces of it.
I guess. But if it's on that computer, what does it matter?
Yeah. He's cleaning up his end. Whatever the fuck that means.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah. But so he takes the router or server, whatever, it's just the little white box. He takes it off the wall, and there's all the others still set up, but he takes that one out with him, right? And that's when he thinks he hears Aaron, and Aaron starts chasing after him. And it's like this fucking maze. And again, this scene goes on for so long. I skipped 30 seconds probably like 4 times.
Jeez.
Yeah, before anything happened. And in those 30 seconds, somewhere, Aaron and him had seen each other, and they were chasing and stuff, and Aaron had shot at him once, but missed and hit the wall and stuff, right? He gets up behind Aaron at one point, because this whole fucking place is a giant maze, and it doesn't make any sense, because why are the walls don't make sense. Why can you run around in a circle, and then,
Okay.
I don't know. I'll send you screen. I'll pull up the video in a minute. Okay. That's what we'll do. Anyway, so he gets up behind Aaron and shoots him in the shoulder, like a good shot up here, right? Aaron slumps to the ground, and Glenn, turning and walking away, thinking that he's won, just kind of just casually starts walking, like, whatever, this is fine. Not running. I would be running.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aaron gets a good shot on him with a shotgun, gets him in the back.
Okay.
Just boom, and he goes down and just starts bleeding out and stuff, right?
Double tap.
Exactly. He didn't do that at all, and it didn't make sense at all for that. Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, shoots him in the back, and he's laying there bleeding out, and Aaron kind of hobbles over to him using the shotgun as a crutch. And we see, CGI blood just, dripping down. It's very CGI. And I was like, why?
That's very easy to do practically.
Exactly. It's really not that hard to just have fake blood. I don't know. So anyway, he falls to the ground though because he's exhausted, but crawls over to him, and he pulls out his phone in this building that I was like, I mean, I guess there's Wi-Fi in here because they clearly have these servers going on, but you're telling me your cell phone can just live stream to Facebook all of a sudden? Like, just, or Instagram, whatever he was live streaming to. Pulls out his phone and starts live streaming. Also starts like, I hope this is live streaming.
Please help me.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
He was whispering, because he's shot. I get it. He's injured. He's hurt. I get it. He's whispering so quietly. I was trying to, I was turning up the sound so fucking loud, but my dog was snoring, and I could not hear what he was saying, and I said, fuck it, I'll figure it out later.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yep. And so I heard, they killed my sister, and that's about it.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, okay. So he's telling everyone what's going on, and then takes the camera and goes to show Glenn's face, an inch away from this guy's nose.
Okay.
It's not showing nobody nothing.
No.
Nobody nothing. Sorry if I blinded you with that. But he's just in his face, this close.
Flip the camera around. Turn on your flash, maybe.
Maybe something. And just, anyway. But then goes to shoot him again with the shotgun. Puts the phone away. Goes to shoot him again with the shotgun because I guess he's got to still finish his revenge. Glenn's still kind of alive and stuff. But he realizes he doesn't have any more bullets. So what do? You choke him out with the shotgun. And he just takes the shotgun, puts it over his throat, and just until he dies. But that happened really quick. I don't think people realize how long it actually takes to suffocate someone.
Yeah.
A long time.
You have to try.
It takes minutes of trying to suffocate someone.
Yeah. That's not something you accidentally do to somebody.
You fucking slit their throat and be done with it, okay? Yeah. Whenever they're just like, oh yeah, put a pillow over their face and stuff. I'm like, you have to be putting your entire weight. You best be kneeling on that person's arms.
Yeah, and sitting on their body.
Sitting on them, holding that pillow down. But they can still breathe slightly through the pillow, so it takes twice as long to kill them using the pillow method. So what you're gonna do is you gotta tie up their hands, you gotta do the plastic bag. If you don't want people
watches
to
a lot of NCIS.
Law and Order.
Law and Order, that's the one. Sorry.
Yeah. But a lot of true crime. I watch a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna murder somebody, don't do it. So, but if you do, first calls to your lawyer, not your mom.
Yes.
So, yep. Anyway, so yeah, he uses the shotgun to choke Glenn to death. But then he falls back exhausted and victorious and looks down and he sees the server that Glenn was holding and stuff. And we're like, okay. And a song starts playing over as we see pan to, I guess, the same building. Because the walls were kind of the same-ish color. I don't know.
Okay.
There's Sophia's body laying on a mattress on the floor with her arms kind of laying out, so she's not wearing the sweater that she died in. We can see that she's just in her bra.
Okay.
But there's this blanket laying across her, this huge fucking blanket, and she's just very dead, staring up into the sky. And I was like, why is she not wearing what she was wearing when she died?
That's creepy. That's
so
okay.
it was a whole nother level that I just didn't.
I mean, the ski mask guy said something kind of alluded to that, right?
So I was just he was like, I had fun with your redhead last night. And I just thought it was because he murdered her and just snuff filmed it on the internet, But more could have happened, and I'm glad they didn't show that because we
don't need 4 minutes of that.
No, we don't. Very much don't. Anyway, but now we see a printed news article of Aaron's his face is in the camera and it's front page kind of news and everything. The article said that Aaron was being investigated for the murders of the ski mask guy and Glenn, and that he had critical injuries that he was expected to recover. But all Aaron has to say on the matter is that he's going to dedicate his life to a new movement, #StopCreeps, right?
Oh, no.
But then it kind of the titles or the end credits start to scroll as we see Glenn just kind of still, or Aaron just kind of still slumping against the wall in whatever building they were in.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you die? And that was just in your head of this is what
I wish would happen.
When I get out of here and I go to talk to the police, it doesn't matter that I killed these two guys. This is what my life is going to be. It doesn't, I'll go to jail, but I'm going to talk about this forever kind of a thing. Or what? Because it shows him there. And so I was like, did you die?
In his situation, he should not be charged with the murders of those people.
He should be charged with the murder of Glenn because he hunted him down.
True.
But it was self-defense with the first dude.
But even still, like, I feel like when there's, like, they're selling people, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but, I mean, he would still absolutely be charged, so...
Okay, could it be, like, manslaughter at least? You know what I mean? Like,
no, it was premeditated, so that's very much murder.
Okay, but it's for a good reason.
I know, it's for a good reason, yeah. But, like, even still, I would go to jail and be like, that's fine, I'll go to jail for killing this dude. The other dude, though, he tried to kill me first, so that's self-defense, like, no joke. But, like, at the same time, you just hunted this dude down and murdered him, like... But, yeah, so I was just like, did all of that go on in his head? Like, the ending part there, was that...
So there's nothing else on
That's it. That's how it ends. It's just him, like, sitting against the wall, the credits are rolling, and then it fades to black.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That so they flashed back to him.
Exactly. So I was just like, did you die? And that was your last moments thinking, I'm going to do something good because of my sister.
Or did you actually...
Or did you get out and this is just a weird end credit picture that they chose to do over the credits?
Yeah,
like,
that's weird.
I don't know.
Okay.
But the picture that they chose as well was very much like him, just like this weird, like, staring at the camera. Just like this.
Was it from, like, the live stream, maybe?
No. I mean, it was a black and white picture, so, like, it's because it's like a printed newspaper and stuff. But, like, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Okay.
It was just a weird fucking movie, and it was
I mean, it's at the dollar store for a reason,
yeah,
so...
Yeah. I just... They should have kept it Creep Nation because, like, seriously, the ScareBNB part of it was only, like, 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
but
20 minutes.
I mean, that's a good, like, grab you title.
Yeah.
Because, like, Creep Nation, that just sounds like...
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not very interesting
to
me.
ScareBNB, but I want to know, where's Cowboy? Where's his axe?
Yeah.
This is very clearly a different movie.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah.
I thought for maybe a second that, like, they had just...
Like, the wrong cover on it or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Yep.
Your worst nightmare is streaming live.
Yep.
No, it's not.
And this picture right here that you see, that happens for 2 seconds in the movie.
Her eyes are bleeding?
It's after the play, and Glenn is wondering where his sister is, and then he imagines this dead-looking sister version of him that says, you're a fucking loser. And I didn't include it because, what the fuck? Like...
Oh, also, I was gonna comment that if Glenn was purposefully, like, getting her drunk so that all of this could be set up and, like, you know, things could happen, or, like, I don't know, was she supposed to be murdered?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because he wasn't aware of it.
I guess that's true. Because I was like, Glenn, you can't have her miss out on something where she was supposed to show up to something.
Yeah.
Because now people know that
now
she's
they're gonna
missing.
come looking for
her.
her.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, like, I'm just over here like, Russian dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You just killed this girl for absolutely no reason because Glenn decided to sleep with her?
Yeah.
And you were like, we're gonna punish you, Glenn. Like, was
punish
that what
her.
it was? Yeah. Was that what it was? We're punishing you for this? Because at that point, I would just kill Glenn and take his property.
Yeah.
Like, I would just
like,
fake
you're
him.
out, buddy.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He very clearly, like, doesn't... I mean, he has friends, too, so maybe they'd be like, where's our missing friend and stuff, but, like, it would not be that hard to, like, fake his suicide or something. Like, or a car accident. Something. They could do anything and, like, just... Anyway, not the point. Not the point.
Yeah, that's
but, like,
really weird.
I'm just so frustrated that this Russian guy was like, yeah, I'm gonna murder this lady and not expect her friends and family to, like, look for her at all.
Yeah. Like, at least let her go to the play.
Yeah.
So that he can be like, oh, I saw her last night. She was fine.
Yeah.
And now she's missing.
Yeah.
Or something.
Mm-hmm. And I just...
Okay.
There's so many times that I just, like, watch bad guys do dumb shit. People are sitting here being like, oh, the protagonist is doing something stupid. And I'm like, the bad guy.
I can write a whole list.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The things the bad guys are doing. Because, like, had the bad guy not done this...
I feel like this film was, like, not thought through very well.
Not very well. They thought, let's do a revenge thing about how scary it is to have cameras in people's houses. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, that's spooky. Yeah, cameras in people's houses. ScareBNB. Yeah.
And, like, I can understand why they would have not gone with the storyline of her being alive. But I feel like that would have been better if he was, like, trying to search for her throughout this whole place and like
because that to me would be like, it would give the desperation, the like, I need to do this right now because she's still missing and I need to find her and she could still be alive somewhere. Him knowing that she's dead, like to me the video should have ended with him like when he was like paid to watch the video of his sister dying and stuff, it should have ended with her being grabbed and maybe drug out of the room or something.
We don't see how it ends.
We don't see that she dies. And until later, like, he could have come across her dead body, which would have been terrifying and absolutely heartbreaking, but I would have been there for that. I would have been like, oh, I want to see him sobbing and crying and then being upset and turning on Glenn and, like, doing the dumb chase scene and shit. Like, to me, I just felt like I was like, why at no point have you gone to the cops?
Yeah. And also, just because you hunt down these two guys, there's an entire fucking website.
Yeah. There's so many people.
Houses. Yeah. Like, go bash all the servers, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's plenty more where that came from.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. I'm like, you literally could have gone to the police at any point and given them all of this information, and they could have helped. But
like, the FBI would have been on that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Fast.
You literally show up, you say, here's my laptop, my sister's missing, and that's her in this picture.
Yeah.
Like, they would have been like, oh, fuck yeah, let's get on this. Yeah. Like, yeah. So.
Okay. Well, what are your scores?
Fuck this, fuck that, fuck all of it. Like, it was just so.
You can't say that for every movie, Alyssa.
I know. Okay. I liked the old guy. Earlier on in the movie that was like, I wish I could help you. I liked him. So.
Okay.
But the other frustrating, too, I forgot to mention, was that both Glenn and Aaron were balding. Okay? They were bald. Okay? Like, at least shaved heads. They had their heads shaved. Glenn had slightly more of a beard. Aaron had, like, a very slight, like, just kind of
shadow,
maybe couple of days old. Aaron was wearing glasses and stuff, but, like, they both kept wearing beanies.
Okay.
And they just looked so similar. The whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, wait, who's who? Who just got shot? Like, oh, that was Aaron that got shot. Because the glasses. Okay, yeah. Like, the only difference between the two of them was glasses. Like in when it's kind of dark and things are happening really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hard. That's dumb.
I was very annoyed.
Maybe you're supposed to, like, not know exactly who has the upper hand.
But why would they? I just don't know why they would do that.
It's suspense. I don't know.
It was not suspenseful. Honestly, I was annoyed. Like, so, the acting was pretty decent, I guess, from Aaron. Aaron did pretty good. Glenn had his moments when he seemed concerned for Sophia. I thought he was concerned for Sophia. I really thought he did. Or it was. Russian guy sucked. Sophia was not great. Like, just everything about her made me want to punch her in the face. So if that's what she was going for, then yeah, she was rocking it.
Yeah.
But like I could not get over her, like, running and then pausing and then running and then pausing and like,
just like go. Just go.
Go
out into the public where you can scream.
I know.
You dumbass.
It's not like he was blocking her exit or anything. She literally ran into the kitchen and then ran this way. Like, she got up and instead of running out the door, ran to the kitchen. He was behind her. There was a couch in between them.
That's
like,
dumb.
And I mean, listen, I know you were just in a sweater and panties. I would let the whole world see me in panties
it's either
before I
naked
get dead.
Or your life.
Yeah.
So,
I would run out into the street butt-ass naked before I let anything happen.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. Goodbye.
I mean, nobody would keep looking it up on the internet afterwards. I promise you that. But, like... the plot was so bad. The filming was okay. It was a little too artistic-y for my taste.
Filming them driving. And
So much, like, just moments where I was like, why is this still filming?
We don't need this.
Why is this still going? They could have had a few other scenes explaining this or explaining that or, like, just anything else.
Yeah.
And we never got any of it. Like, honestly, had they filled some of the scenes of Aaron, like, flashing back to him and Sophia when they were little, just little things like that, just, like, showing that they were actually close, because he very much was just like, what the fuck do you want? Why are you here? And it just didn't seem like a brother would go after his sister for that kind of, like, you know, had they shown little moments, or just even had him be like, oh, is this like, you know, like 2 summers ago when you came home for this, or is this like, you know, last month when I had to bail you out of this?
When I loaned you $1,000 and I haven't seen it in 5 years.
Exactly. Or, like if they had just done a few things of showing that he was always taking care of her, even though he was exasperated, I would have been like, oh, no wonder why he would go out of his way to, like, protect her. Like, listen, my sisters love me. Yeah. They'd go to the cops.
Yeah. I would go to the cops.
I would go to the cops. Like,
I'm not just made for that shit.
No, so my husband is a cop, and we would go to the cops. Like, it drives me nuts. So yeah, that was bad. The filming was meh. Acting was meh.
Okay.
Just CGI sucked.
Across the board.
CGI sucked.
What did they even use it for?
The blood drops.
That's it.
And I think the shotgun shot yeah, that's about really it.
Okay.
I guess the actual, like, stabbing of the knife into him was pretty decent looking, but at the same time, I was like, if you were stabbing that deep in, you'd have things coming out. Like, probably. you'd have insides coming out. It wouldn't just be blood. You'd have, like, at least your whatever's over here peeking through.
You'd have to, like, hold yourself.
Yeah, you'd be poking stuff back in and being like, stand there. Like, yeah. Like, the stomach only keeps things in place. That's what it's there for. So, I mean, you'd still have muscle and tissue showing through. So it's whatever. Anyway, this is not a Wendy movie. Wendy, this is not a Wendy movie. I know you listen to these. Don't watch this one. So, I appreciate you listening to them. Yes. But, like...
But don't watch.
During nap times and stuff, yes. But yeah.
Okay. Do you have an overall score? Or just...
It should have been like a 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, maybe a 3 for, like, some of the scenes of the brother acting. Like, he seemed genuinely upset that, like, that she was, like, that he just watched her die. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
It just seems like one of those, like, why did I watch this?
Yeah, and to me, the average person is this smart to think, turn on the share location before I, like, and share it to my phone before I go give it to this guy so that I can track him in case he does decide to run off. Like, yeah. Like, I wouldn't have thought of that. No. Like, no. Mm-mm. I would have gone to the police, but, like... Yeah.
Also, whose phone isn't locked?
Right?
There's fingerprints on everyone's phone nowadays.
Like, exactly. Yeah. I'm like... I mean, mine's not locked, but, like, but I am not a Russian collusion hacker guy. True. Like, you're telling me that, these people who their whole, like, thing is being secret and, like, hidden and, like,
and then they suck
his
at
phone's unlocked? Like, yeah. So there's my story.
Okay.
And I'm not sticking to this one.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No.
Well, that's your dollar store movie for the week.
It is. Yep. It's been a while since I've watched one that's not a dollar store movie, actually.
It's true. So, you've just been like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, I mean, they're all bad. All bad.
It all fits. Mm-hmm. So, oh well.
Yep.
Sorry about it.
But anyway, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Go on over to Dollar Tree if you want to pick this one up.
Please don't.
But don't give them money.
If you're buying it to, like... record to laugh at it, maybe you might want to be as drunk as Sophia was through the whole movie. Like,
just be an alcoholic right now.
Like, but that's a thing. Like, why was that a thing? Why were they showing her drinking so much and it wasn't like a deal? Like, it just I don't know. Because
if they had just been like, yeah, let's cook and let's dance and let's have some wine, like, yeah, get her drunk that night, sure. But she doesn't need to be an alcoholic the rest of the movie.
Was like, there was the only scenes that she didn't have a drink in her hand or a drink in front of her was her walking through the house being like, where's Glenn? And, what's that sound going on? Like,
okay.
And then peeing on the toilet once. Like, that's it.
I'm glad we got that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, have a good time.
Love you guys.
Bye. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment or sending us an email at bmoviebashpodcast@gmail.com.
You can listen to our episodes on all your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Apple, Amazon Music, and Audible, or you can find the video versions on our YouTube channel.
If you want to support the podcast, you can find our Ko-fi link on our Anchor page. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends.